Hello, everyone. Welcome to our primary portal webinar. Really appreciate you taking out the time of your busy day to learn about our newly developed election portal. Please, if you have any questions throughout this entire presentation, go ahead and type them in the Q&A section that you will see in your Zoom menu bar. At the end of the presentation, we're going to circle back and answer everybody's questions that we can get to. If we don't answer your question, we'll send them out in an email afterwards. We're also recording this session and planning on posting it on our website along with the PDF walkthroughs, which will be in the portal resources section of our website, which I will show you here in a minute, all for you to access for reference for any future use of our portal. So as you probably know by now, Phoenix Graphics has updated our portal platform with its purpose being to make your election experience with us as smooth as possible. At this point, all county commissioners have received their login information via email. If you would like any other member of your staff to receive login capabilities to our portal, please reach out and let us know, and we will get this secure login account created. So the goal of this webinar is to help you fully understand how to use our election ballot and material ordering portal. Today, I will start by showing you our website where our portal resources are located, and also where you will see your PDF instructional walkthroughs that you can access at any time, as well as video demonstrations and where future webinars signups will be located. Once I've explained the elections page, I will navigate to the portal, where I will be showing you a quick general overview of the portal, followed by how to place your order, upload your files, track your order, and more. I will also demonstrate how separate user accounts within the same county interact. So with that said, let's begin the demonstration on the website, which you're already looking at, and then we'll walk through everything you need to know for the upcoming primary election. So beginning on our website homepage, to access our elections page, you can click up here at the top, right on the word elections, and it will take you to our elections homepage. Here you see at the top a button that says Secure Upload and Customer Portal. By clicking this, it'll link you directly to our portal, which does not exist on our website, but a separate URL. Going just below this button, you see our webinar sign up with our current webinars listed right now, including the one that you are currently attending, and the previous one regarding your county primary election portal. So any future webinars will be located right here for you to click register now and sign up. Also, we do not have one planned, which currently we do not have a scheduled webinar. In this section, you will have the ability to schedule a date and time for you to have a webinar for you and anybody on your county and your county staff that would like to see a demonstration on our portal. So going below the webinar sign up, you see our how to use our election portal section. At the top here, we have a few items that will show you step by step how to log on, how to add an election, view your previous orders. This one we find very useful for you to take a look at exactly the quantities that you ordered and the types of materials last year. And then scrolling down, we see that we have a PDF walkthrough for school officials to use when they're ordering for their school elections. This is also applicable for a village official. And then on the right here, we have a PDF walkthrough for you, the counties, to use to access to place your orders. So by clicking on any of these ink blotches, you can download them or print them out as a PDF. Continuing to scroll down, you see we also have how to upload files to an existing order. So this is important if you would like to make us aware of the quantities, types of materials, get your order going, but your files are not 100% prepared yet. We recommend you place your order as soon as you know the quantities that you are going to be ordering and the types of materials. And then you'll have the ability to go back into that existing order and upload those files at a later date and time. And the other thing that we offer now in the portal is checking your order status. So we have 5 statuses that go from the beginning of the ordering process, which requires you to upload a file to the shipment being delivered at your warehouse or office. So that is all in our how to use our election portal website, and these PDFs will be continually updated when applicable, and they're here for you to access for reference anytime, giving you a better idea of how to use our portal. So going below the how to use our election resources website, we see video resources here. Now, at the top, you see that we have the school ballot upload webinar. I believe we had some good attendance here, but if you did not get a chance to attend, here's a video of our how to do a school ballot upload through our portal as a county. It involves going into school accounts, but if you want to take a look at that, it's right here on our website under video resources. Take a look anytime to help you with school ballot uploading. And below this, we have something for school officials as they place their order for quantities and materials. They can use this as a reference to place on how to place their order through our portal. And we do recommend to school officials that they place their order prior to the ballot files being uploaded. So now with the overview of our website page, our elections page on our website complete, I will now navigate to our portal. So scrolling back up to the top, clicking on this button will take you to the portal login page that you see here. You want to go ahead and type in your credentials and log in. Now I've created 2 separate accounts to demonstrate ordering ballots and materials for the same county as separate user logins. So I'll go ahead and log in, and you see at the top right, I am the demonstration account Republican Commissioner. So up at the top right, when you log in, your name will appear at the top right. However, at the top left, all members of your county will see the same county account. So the user account depends on who logs in, but the county account will be the same for all the users within your county. So moving left to right here, you see upcoming elections. The primary election is up at the top with order now to the right. Now, some of you at this time may be seeing pending district data instead of order now. So we require that you submit your list of offices, list of candidates, election district breakdown, and consolidation if applicable before we allow you to place an order in our portal. So if you have not submitted any of these items, please do so as soon as you can. And if you have already submitted these items and you do see pending district data still, just know that we are working through uploading everything to make your order accessible by the end of the day today. So moving left to right, you see ballots and materials for the most recent order that has been placed. So in my example, you see our 2021 general election, all the different types of ballots and materials ordered for that election, and giving you a little breakdown of the quantities for each. Over here, you see recent activity, which if you place an order, it will appear here, or if you place an order for a new product, it will also appear here. And if you need to upload a file, that will appear under recent activity. Going down to upcoming events, you see some of the important events or the important dates set by the state. I'm sure most of you are familiar with that, but we wanted to leave that up there as a resource. Lastly, we have recent orders, which you see down here at the bottom. This is where you're going to be able to access all of your order history for any of the previous elections within the past few years. Over here on the right, you see an eyeball with order details. If you click on this eyeball, you see an exact breakdown of all the quantities ordered for every different type of election material, how many samples and tests for each of these materials. And you'll also see under shipping where each of these materials were delivered. So we find that this will be useful. It'll be up there all the time. You can go access your order history and use it to place your newest order. So with the overview covered, we will go into exactly what it takes to place an order. Now keep in mind, I will be demonstrating from two separate logins. So up here at the top, you see Republican Commissioner. I'm going to go in and order all the materials for the Republican Party. And then once I've completed this process, I will log out, log back in as a Democratic Commissioner and order all the ballots and materials for the Democratic Party. And you will see how the two accounts will interact throughout this process. So beginning with order now. First, you're going to want to select the product you would like to order and click continue. These are all the products that we offer. However, you're only allowed to add one product to your cart at a time. And this is because you have to specify the quantities for each of these products. So you are able to add multiple items to your cart, but only one at a time through this process. So I will continue with placing my election day ballots order. The first thing that you have to do after selecting your product is select the party that you are placing an order for. So as I said, I'm beginning with the Republican Party order. Once I do that, it gives me all of the election districts breakdown. So in the top left-hand corner, you see the CSV template download. Click here to download the CSV template. Populate it with the ballot IDs, the quantity of ballots for each election district, the quantity of sample ballots, and the quantity of test ballots for each election district. Once you do that, you will want to import your CSV file, which as you see here, simply do by finding the file on your desktop, selecting it, click open, and you will see that the ballot IDs, the number of ballots, the number of sample ballots, and the number of test ballots has been populated from the CSV template that I downloaded, filled out, re-uploaded using data import. And now that you see that all of these rows have been filled out. Now we do have two options of placing an order. You are able to use the CSV template, but if you would not like to use the CSV template, we do have an option. You see here, set quantities, to place your order based on a percentage of voters in each district. Now, this is driven by the data supplied by the state. So let's say I'd like to order 110% based on the voters in each district. Simply type in 110% there. Now, let's say I only want, however, 5 sample ballots per election district and 10 test ballots per election district. You have the ability to toggle between percent and per each election district. Click update, and you will see that these numbers have shifted based on the voter totals in each election district. So once you have set your quantities in the order quantity section, you'll want to click continue. So now the stub information page appears. You want to review your stub and click I approve stub content. Notice that if you are to use any of these checkboxes up here and make a change to what is in the checkbox, it shows you directly how the stub below is affected and where each of these checkboxes will appear on the stub. So once you get your stub set to be exactly how you would like it to look, you approve stub content and click continue. Now, as I said, we have the option to upload files at a later time after placing an order. However, if your file is ready at this time, you will be able to upload your file. So go ahead and click on this, drag and drop to upload, go ahead and find your file, open, and it will upload. Now keep in mind that we only have the capacity to upload 4 files at a time. So if you do have more than 4 files that you would like to upload, please turn them into a zip file. Now to continue with my demonstration on how to upload a file after placing an order, I'm going to remove this file and continue to add to cart. So now you see that my election day ballots are up in my cart, and it states the party that I am ordering these ballots for. But before I complete my election day ballot order, I would like to order more absentee ballots for the primary election. So I go click order now, going back to all the products. I select that I would like to order scannable absentees, click continue. Select the party I'm ordering for. I do have the option again to use the CSV template to populate my ballot IDs, ballot quantities, and test ballot quantities. That option is always available. However, there's also the option to set quantities based on a percentage and update them that way. Once my ballot IDs, ballot quantities, and test ballots have been uploaded, I will click continue. Again, if you have a file as you're placing your order, go ahead and upload it. But if you do not, I'm going to show you how to upload a file to an order that has already been placed. So in this case, I'll just add this order to cart. Going up to my cart at the top right, you see that I have all of the ballots and materials that I would like to order for the Republican Party for this upcoming election. So I click check out, verify my billing address, verify the shipping addresses of all the different types of materials. Then we'll get a summary page where you'll get one last look before submitting your order, making sure everything looks good. Now it'll process for a minute and you will immediately see an action required has appeared. So going into order details, if you want to review what you ordered, it'll all be right in the order details section. You'll also be able to review where you have your shipments set to deliver. And I would like to remind everyone that once you do place an order in our portal, you will not be able to go back in and edit that order without reaching out to us. So if you do need to place another order, just give us a call and we will be able to edit your order however you see fit, or remove your order so you can repeat this process on your own. Continuing on with the demonstration, I'll show you how to upload now to your current order. So this order's already been placed, but now our files have been prepared. So we're gonna want to upload our election day ballot files here by clicking, finding them on our computer, clicking open, and you will see them process, and we're ready to upload it. Again, if it's more than 4 files, we will need you to turn them into a zip file or contact us if you need another method of uploading. Here you see the absentee ballot file with your breakdown once you do click on that. But this does require an upload, so I'm going to go take care of that upload down here. I'm using the same file. Of course, use the file that is applicable to each item. Upload that, and you see that action required has completely disappeared and your ballots are ready to produce. We will receive a notification letting us know that this process has been complete. When you go back in to click on your order details, you see the file name and when it was uploaded. So that'll all be accessible by every user login within your county. So there I have completed the ordering process and the file upload for one party in my county. Now I'm going to log out and show you the interaction as I order from a different account within my county. So logging back in, you see at the top right, I'm now the example Democratic Commissioner. And when I do look at this dashboard, I see the order that the Republican Commissioner placed. However, there's nothing I can do except review the order that was placed. You would be able to upload a ballot file if applicable, but there is not one at this time. So going through the ordering process one more time, you see the all of our products after clicking order now, selecting the election day scannables with stubs I would like to order. Now, when I go into select a party, since the Republican Party has already ordered all the primary ballots, we will be going in, of course, selecting our own party, but you notice you do not have the ability to reorder again. As I stated, if you need to adjust or edit your order in any way, you must contact us. So once that order is placed, there is no account that can access that order. So continuing with the process of ordering the election ballots for the Democratic Party, we go in, download the CSV template, populate the ballot IDs, the ballot quantities, sample ballots, test ballots, and then we import this data from our computer, open it, and you see that the ballot IDs, quantities, samples, and tests have all been populated. Again, if you do not want to use the CSV option, we also have the ability for you to set your quantities based on a percentage or a per each per election district, which you see me doing now. Clicking update, you see all the quantities have changed for the ballots, sample ballots, and test ballots based on me setting these quantities off of a percentage that is based off of the voter data provided by the state. So once I have all these quantities uploaded, I'll click continue. Again, review your stub. If you make a change here, you'll see it right on the stub below. Once the stub looks how you would like it, go ahead and click continue. If your file is ready at this time, you'll be able to upload the Democratic ballot files right here for this order for the primary. But if not, you can click add to cart. So now you see that those items have appeared in my cart up at the top right. I am going to reorder, or I'm going to continue with my order by adding absentee ballots to my cart as well. Again, I have to select the party that I am ordering for first before I'm able to either use the CSV template or use setting quantities based on a percentage. Once you update those quantities, they will appear for each election district. You may go ahead and click continue. As I've said, if your file is ready, go ahead and upload your file at this time. If not, simply add to cart. Now up at your cart at the top right, you see that we have a breakdown of the types of materials that we are ordering and the party that these materials are applicable to. If this all looks correct, you'll go ahead and continue with the checkout process, verifying your billing addresses, verifying your shipping addresses, before one more order summary page to make sure all your ballots and materials, quantities, test quantities, sample quantities look correct. Now I'll go ahead and submit this order. Just like the last order, it is processing and it immediately appears with an action required. All action required means is that you have not submitted a ballot file at this time. Going into order details, you see the breakdown yet again per quantity. You also get a stub preview underneath products and your shipping locations. Scrolling back up under the order details, we'll now upload the ballot files since they were prepared. Go ahead, upload them. Again, keeping in mind that if you're uploading more than 4 files, that we would appreciate you turn those into a zip file. Of course, always contact us if you need another method. So now you see that I've uploaded the files for both the Democratic Election Day and Democratic absentee ballots. Now that product status has changed to ready to produce, and we will be aware of this and continue with producing your order once your files have been uploaded. So now that we have placed an order for both the Democratic primary and the Republican primary, you see that the order details of both of these orders is accessible for either user by clicking on order details down under recent orders to give you a breakdown of the exact quantities ordered, as well as see if there is any files that have been uploaded at that time. So now that completes my demonstration. I'm going to take a look at the questions, see if there is any. I do see no questions in the Q&A, but I believe we have one in the chat. Doesn't Dominion determine the number of test ballots based on a formula of races and contests? I believe they do. The test ballots that you saw me placing an order for, as I went into order now, selected here, and party. This column of test ballots is for blank tests that some counties request, but the Dominion test decks, you do have the ability to order these test decks as a completed deck under all of our products. In the bottom here, you see test decks, pre-marked and unmarked. Those are separate from the blank tests that you could order with your election day ballots. So if there's no other questions at this time, I'll remind everybody that this webinar will be up on our website for you to view under video resources, which you see me at the top navigating back to our website. Scrolling down, you see video resources. Here's where this webinar will be located. Also, highly recommend you take a look at especially this PDF on placing an order and this one on uploading files to an existing order. We find that these are very helpful resources if you do get stuck in our portal, but you can always give us a call and we'll walk you through every step necessary. And if we do have another webinar, the sign up will exist also on this web page under this section. And shortly we will be putting up the one-on-one webinar sign up that allows you to select a date and time to create a webinar just for your county and any of your county staff that would like to attend. Scrolling back up to the top of our elections page, which again you can access by clicking elections in the top ribbon anywhere on our website. This will be available, and using this button here to navigate to the portal. So thanks everybody so much for attending. Really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn about our portal. And if you have any questions, always reach out. We are here to help. Thank you.